Okay, after finishing chapter 8, I want to go to appendix 2, which is about synthetic division of polynomials. Well, to get to synthetic division of polynomials, I want to review with you what we learned in Math 1100 beginning algebra. We're going to review long division of polynomials. Why do I want to review long division? Because synthetic division is a shortcut for long division. So we gotta recall long division, and then we'll see how we're using the shortcut. Divide 2x cubed minus 5x squared plus 3x plus 7 over x minus 2. The top is called dividend. The bottom is called divisor. So this is what we used to do. Used to write the dividend over here plus 3x plus 7 over x minus 2. And we would take the first, we would make sure that the terms are in descending order in terms of the exponent of x, and if there's a missing exponent, we would put a 0 for that. Like if you have 2x cubed and no x squared, then we would put 0x squared in there. Okay, so descending order, 0 for any missing term. And then we would divide the first term of the divisor into the first term of the dividend. And that's going to be 2x squared. This is going to be my quotient, my answer. And then we would times it. So take the 2x squared and distribute it into that. 2x squared times x is 2x cubed. 2x squared times negative 2 is negative 4x squared. And now we're going to subtract the bottom from the top, meaning we're switching the signs of the bottom row. That will always cancel out. Negative 5x squared plus 4x squared is negative x squared, and then we bring everything else down. And then we would repeat that x divided into negative x squared is negative x, so we put that up there. Distribute the negative x into x minus 2, negative x times x. Negative x times negative 2 is plus 2x. Switch the signs because we're subtracting the bottom from the top. 3x plus negative 2x is x. Pull the 7 down. Divide x into x is 1 plus 1. 1 times x, 1 times negative 2. Switch the signs. And that's the remainder. And then we would write plus 9 over the divisor. And this is called the quotient. Okay. There's a nice handout about synthetic division. But before we get to synthetic division, let's observe a few things. The first term of the dividend will always cancel out, okay? That's always going to be the case. And if the divisor is of the form x minus c or x plus c, where you have a 1 here, then whatever number you have here, it's going to show up there. Like if you have a 2, it's going to be up 2. If it's a 3 here, it's going to be a 3 there. If it's a 4, because you're dividing by 1x, okay? And you can only use synthetic division if you have x minus c or x plus c in the denominator as a divisor. So synthetic division, let me write this down, may be used only if divisor is of the form x plus a constant or x minus that constant. Okay, so in order to do synthetic division for that problem that we went over, which is actually in the handout that I have on D12, If you look at the handout, it says set the denominator equal 0 to find the number to put in the division box, that number. So x minus 2 equals 0 and x equals 2. So that number will always be the opposite of the number that's over there. Next, make sure the numerator is written in descending order. It is. And if any terms are missing, you must use a 0 to fill in the missing term. Finally, list only the coefficients in the division box. So 2x cubed, you put a 2, negative 5x squared, you put a negative 5, 3x, you put a 3, and 7 is 7. Bring the leading coefficient straight down, so you take the 2 and put it down. Multiply the number in the division box with the number you brought down and put the result in the next column. So you take 2 times 2, you put a 4 in there under the next column, and add the two numbers together and write the result in the bottom of the row. So negative 5 plus 4 is negative 1. Let me show you. This is exactly what we did with long division, but just shortcut. So look what we did. See that 2 we're talking about? We actually times the 2 times x, 2x squared times x, you get 2x cubed, but we skip that. There is no xy because that's going to cancel out regardless. 2 times 2 is 4. You put the 4 under the 5. Negative 5 plus 4 is negative 1. That's where we're at. So we're at right there. Okay, and then we would repeat this. Okay, so how you see how we did 2 times 2 is 4. We got negative 5 plus 4 is negative 1. Then we do 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. 3 plus negative 2 is 1. Right there. So then we do negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. 3 plus negative 2 is 1. 1x is 1. And one more time. 2 times 1 is 2. 7 plus 2 is 9. And these are exactly the coefficients that we got for the divisor. 2, negative 5, 3, 7. 2, negative 1, 1. 2, negative 1, 1. And the 9 is your remainder. So the very first number from the right is the remainder. Constant x squared. And that's your final answer. Okay. So this is just to explain how we're doing synthetic division. So let's practice that. So let's go to page A7 and Appendix A2, number 16. X squared minus 6x plus 5 divided by x minus 5. Again, make sure the dividend and divisor. Make sure they're both in descending order and there are no missing exponents. So then we put in the division box, x minus 5 equals 0 and x equals 5. It's always the opposite of this number. And then 1, negative 6, and 5. Make sure you leave spaces between these numbers. You draw a line and then you drop this number, always. And then you do 5 times 1 is 5. You put the 5 under the negative 6. Negative 6 plus 5 is negative 1. Again, 5 times 1 is 5. Negative 6 plus 5 is negative 1. 5 times negative 1 is negative 5. Negative 5 plus 5 is 0. That's the remainder. Always. You start from right to left. That's your constant. And then x. And then if there's more, x squared, more x cubed, and so on. So your divisor is x minus 1 and your remainder is 0. We don't have to do 0 over x minus 5, but as a practice we'll do it, okay? 22, page A7, 2x cubed minus 9x squared plus 10x minus 3. We want to divide this by x minus 3. Again, descending order, 3, 2, 1 constant, 1 constant. X minus 3 equals 0 and x equals 3. We pull the 2 down, the negative 9, the 10, and the negative 3. Draw a line, drop the 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Negative 9 plus 6 is negative 3. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. 10 plus negative 9 is 1. and 3 times 1 is 3. 3 plus negative 3 is 0, so the remainder is 0. That's constant, x squared. Now we have 2x squared. The negative will become a minus. There is no sign. It's a plus. This is the quotient. Now if you want to check your answer, you do the quotient times divisor plus remainder should equal the dividend. So another 2x squared minus 3x plus 1, that's the quotient. Divisor is x minus 3 plus the remainder is 0. Does that equal 2x cubed minus 9x squared plus 10x minus 3? You can check it out. Okay. All right, next is 24, page A7. So we have 4x cubed plus 5x squared minus 1 divided by x plus 2. If you look at the dividend, you have a cube, a 3, a 2. It's missing a 1 exponent or a 0 for x. So we're going to put 0x. Make sure there's no missing exponent. And now in the box, we put negative 2 this time because x plus 2 equals 0. When x is negative 2, it's always going to be the opposite of this number. So we drop the 4, drop the 5, 0, and negative 1. We bring the 4 down. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. 5 plus negative 8 is negative 3. Negative 2 times negative 3 is 6 plus 0 is 6. Negative 2 times 6 is negative 12 plus negative 1 is negative. So that's the remainder. It's over x plus 2. Constant, be careful. Remainder, constant. Remainder, constant. No x yet. Then x squared. Okay? So the negative becomes the minus. This is a plus. This becomes a minus. Quotient, remainder. Alright, number 30, page A7, b to the 4 minus 81 divided by b minus 3. Well, we're missing quite a few exponents. B to the 4, so we're missing b cubed, we're missing b squared, and we're missing a b. All zeros, okay? Minus 81 over b minus 3. So b minus 3 equals 0 and b equals 3. 1 for b4, 0 for b cubed, 0 for b squared, 0 for b, and then the constant. Pull the 1 down. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 0 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 0 is 9. 3 times 9 is 27, plus 0 is 27. 3 times 27 is 81, plus negative 81 is 0. So that's the quotient, b minus 3. Remember here, no x, it's a b. So that's a constant, remainder constant, b squared, and b cubed. Okay, 32, page A7. Number 32, page A7, negative 6c5 plus 14c4 plus 38c cubed plus 4c squared plus 25c minus 36 all over c minus 4. Let's see if it's in descending order. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 constant, and there are no missing c's. Okay, so we're gonna put a 4 because the opposite of negative 4, we bring down the negative 6, the 14, the 38, the 4, the 25, and negative 36. And then we draw the line, drop the negative 6. 4 times negative 6 is negative 24. we add it to 14, it's negative 10. 4 times negative 10 is negative 40. Add it to 32, it's negative 2. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8, plus 4 is negative 4. 4 times negative 4, negative 16 plus 25 is 9, and that's 36, and that's a 0. So 0 constant, now it's c squared, c cubed, c to the 4. And that's it for Appendix A2, and Chapter 8 is also done. We'll see you in Chapter 9.